Hi, my name's Ray. Welcome to the plant-based garden. Today I'm going to show you how to keep your Valentine's Day bouquet of roses a little longer, and also how to propagate the roses to hopefully plant them out into your garden beds or into a pot. So this is a bouquet that I received for Valentine's Day. They do come with these packets that are supposed to help keep them fresh. I've never used these. I'm not really sure what chemicals are in it or what they're for, but they come with instructions. If you want to use them, feel free to use them. Most of the tips that I have will go along with what you need to do before you put this powder in the water. So, one of the key things to do whenever you receive a bouquet is, before you put it in the water, kind of figure out where your water is going to go up to, and if there are any lower leaves that are going to be in the water, get rid of them. Because if those leaves are in the water, they will rot, and then it'll cause your water to go bad, and then it'll rot your stem as well. The other thing you want to do before you put them in the water is to take a nice clean pair of kitchen shears, scissors, pruners, something sharp that's going to make a nice clean cut, and cut it at an angle. And the reason why you cut it at an angle is because there's more surface area to allow the flower to soak up more water and stay fresher longer. And same with any filler plants. Make sure you give them a nice clean cut. It doesn't need to be, halfway up the stem or anything, just to clean up the bottom and put it back in the vase. And then I just use fresh water every time. Another key thing to do is, every couple, 2-3 days, take a look at your flowers. If they're wilting, make sure that you give them a clean cut to give them more water that they can take up through their root or through their stems. Because as this gets older, the pores in it can get clogged, especially if it starts to rot, and just a clean cut will allow them to soak up water again. So now I'm going to take 3 of the stems from the bouquet that I received, and this is how you go about propagating these stems to eventually root and then plant outside, and then you can get a rose bush out of them. So one of the things, if you are propagating roses, you're going to want to do is remove all of the flowers. You do this so that the stem can focus its energy on making roots. This rose, since it's multiple flowers, there's actually stems here that you can see, and you can put all of these into a little glass. So you can get another little cup or vase and cut all of these flowers off, and do the same thing. Make sure you remove the leaves and then stick them in the cup so that you can enjoy these flowers as well. And then anytime you are putting flowers in a vase, make sure that all the stems are in the water. This I'll have to add some water to it because all the stems to these are not in the water. So after you remove all the flowers from the rose stem, remove the leaves as well, because they're just going to cause the plant to put energy into keeping these leaves alive and not focusing on root growth. So if you're just keeping these as rose flowers, you can cut the stem anywhere. However, I recommend, if you are trying to turn this into a rose bush, to cut it near the node of the leaf, because it's more likely to form roots out of this node. So again, make a diagonal cut at that junction, and then put it into water. And then do that for, I usually do it for 2 or 3 stems at least, for in case one or 2, or it gives you more of a chance for at least one of the stems to work. This doesn't always work, but I find if you remember to change the water every 2 to 3 days, then they're more likely to root. So one of the things with roses, because they are essentially a shrub, when you try to propagate them in this manner, they will take a very long time to root. Unlike tropical houseplants, sometimes these sticks will stay on a windowsill for 3, 4, 5 months before they form roots. Then once you have all of your stems in a glass of water cut, just set this in a sunny window. I usually put it in an east-facing window, but south would work. I'm not sure about a west-facing window. I've never put it in one. North-facing window I wouldn't suggest, because it doesn't get a lot of light. And then just remember to change out your water every 3-4 days, or anytime you see it looking green or cloudy. If it ever gets green or cloudy, I would suggest cleaning out the glass before you fill it back up and put your roses in. When you're propagating, you do not want to cut your stems again and again like you do if you're keeping cut flowers, because these, you're trying to get the cuts to actually form roots. If they are cut again and again and again, then you're not going to be able to propagate the rose. It's just going to essentially be a cut stem that you keep in a glass forever until you decide to throw it away. So that's it for this video. We'll come back when these roses have rooted and show you how to pot them into potting soil, and then eventually plant them out in your garden. Thank you.